The opinions expressed of this show are for entertainment purposes and should not be misconstrued or interpreted as fact. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Happy Saturday. Welcome back to the Tailgate on Pub Sports Radio. Boys and girls, it is already – oh, Gorky, my bad. I clicked the wrong. I got our dude Gorky. Gorky will be here with us in a minute. It's already he's backstage cheering now. It's already week 4, nice. Guys. Can you believe that? We have already seen 5 weeks of college football because I guess week 0 is 0 instead of 1. Either way, we're 5 weeks into college football, and man, do we have a slate of games today. Here with me, as always, is my guy, Moose Money Bets and Young Guns. Why lose guns, Young Guns? We do not have Wine Time with us, guys. I'll be real quick on it. I'm not going to share his information, but he had something happen last night, so make sure and reach out to Wine Time, check on him, make sure he's okay. I'll let him divulge that information if he wants to, but we love you, Wine Time. We're thinking about you, man, and we miss you up here. And let us know you're all right if you hear that. But I digress. Moose, Guns, how y'all doing?
Beautiful. Iowa won last night, so that was a nice cover for me. So feeling good. Still finishing up the Moose Dives. Anybody that is looking at it because of the live stream last night and the consumption of intoxicants, I was not able to finish all the way up, but I am finishing up the Moose Dive. I have I have Florida, Miami getting finished up, Indiana and Illinois getting finished up, and then Arizona State, Baylor getting finished up. I will have those done before the kickoffs. As soon as we get done here, I will make sure that those are done. So even if you don't see it now, I promise I will have it done before the kickoff.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I got 2 blogs up on whylose.com. I wrote up the Apple Cup, Washington State, and I wrote up Georgia State and Vandy. You can go check those out. I put the links on X, so go check it out. I'm trying to get the blogs up, trying to make this a regular thing. I'll write 2 blogs for college football every single week. So let's go.
Like you said, let's go, man. We got some games, and today it does not start light, man. Shout out to the chat real quick. We got our guy Stacks in the chat. I do want to highlight Stacks POD before we kick this thing off. He said Stacks number 1, he's got Army plus 105. Stacks play of the day number 2 is the Florida Gators plus 7.5.
Shout out Stacks.
Yeah, shout out to our dude Stacks. Let me run it for him one time real quick.
Stacks.
I'm jealous of Stacks' hair. Like his hair's like an electric.
The intro too, man. But shout out to 2 cents out there, Mickey Cohen, everybody rolling in the chat, man. NJ Striker, Sweet Lou, good to see you, Sweet Lou. All you guys, man, do us a favor, hit that share button and send this to people. Send it in a text message. Anybody you got that bets on football with you or talks college football, send it out to them. Let's get it in there. I've been saying it. We hit 250 live. And I will pick somebody to give $50 to that's in the chat. So 250 live on YouTube will hit that $50 giveaway. But let's get this thing rolling here. My Texas Tech Red Raiders. And I say my Texas Tech Red Raiders. Guys, I played baseball there. I'm not a fan. Honestly, you don't ever see me bet on.
I thought you were an A&M guy. I mean, what are we talking?
I grew up an A&M guy, and then Texas Tech offered me more money. So I went to Texas Tech. Yeah. And I quickly said, fuck A&M because I got more money from Texas Tech. But my pops played football at A&M. So I grew up on Saturdays, watching A&M games. So that's where that comes from. But as far as like my alma mater, I was at Texas Tech. That's where I played. And it's fun to see here for once. What is Texas Tech known for? For forever, we've known Texas Tech for one thing when it comes to football. Yep, you said it. Offense, right? Offense. There's nothing else to it. And finally, they went out there and spent the big bucks. I said $85 million, and I got corrected by somebody, so I'll give you the exact breakdown. They had $30 million set aside for returning players. They spent $12 million on the players in the transfer portal, and they put $32 million aside for their $247 million stadium renovation that they are doing. So Texas Tech is not dropping a little bit of money. They are dropping big, big money. So when I said $85 million, I guess technically they spent $55 million on the players that are on the football team. So my bad, whoever was correcting me there. But they went out and they backed the truck out. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think they spent the second most in college football. And what they did is they went out there and beefed up that defensive line. They went and got two of the best defensive linemen out there. So we're finally going to see a Big 12 team or a Texas Tech team that maybe isn't just offense driven. I really wanted to take Tech here. Guys, going against Utah at home is not something that anybody has been profitable doing. So I actually have not pulled the trigger here. I want to hear what y'all think. Moose, what you got?
I mean, I'm right there with you. I was actually looking at Utah because of what you just alluded to, Utah at home. Because, I mean, Whittingham at home has just been absolutely incredible. If I can pull up his information on his home record here very, very quickly. At home, just straight up at home, Kyle Whittingham is 92-30. That's
crazy.
Really good. That's really good. And just as ATS, as a home favorite, 53-44, as a home dog, 11-8. So even ATS, he is over 500. The question that I have is Baron Morton on the road. Last year, when Baron Morton was on the road, his passing yards were significantly lower. He was 48.6 yards lower on the road than he was at home. This year, though, one of the things that I wrote in my Moose Dive was over the offseason when he had his offseason shoulder surgery, he then went down to, I forget where it is, I think Florida. I want to say Florida. And he worked with Dr. Tom Gormley and his Cortex team, which specializes in arm care and biomechanics. And he really focused on making sure that his delivery was synchronized, that he was able to get the right type of rotation in his upper half. And you've seen a lot of improvement in his throwing. He's graded out extremely well in his first few games, 88.6, going for 201 yards, getting a little bit more warmed up against Kent State, threw the ball for 258 yards at a 73.5 grade. And then last week against Oregon State, he threw the ball 464 yards for a 76.4 grade. He's throwing the ball very well. But the question is going to be, all right, you're now on the road. How is it going to look? Is there going to be any kind of decline in those numbers? Because this is their first road game. You mentioned it. The defense has been beefed up. I kind of was sneakily looking at the under. Utah 7-0-1 in their last 8 seasons on their home openers, their conference home openers. But this is a different conference. This isn't the Pac anymore. This is a different conference. That trend doesn't seem to really apply. Texas Tech in their away
Pac-12 defense, Big 12 defense.
Exactly. Utah has also played towards the under, but you were talking about a Utah team that brought in essentially the what's the FCS school that they brought in here?
I didn't hear the question, or maybe I could.
You talking about Utah?
Yeah, it's what is the FCS school that he came from?
Who? Dampier?
Yeah, Dampier.
No, he didn't come from FCS. He came from FBS.
Mexico. That's as close to FCS as you can get. So
yeah, fair.
Yeah, so he came from New Mexico and
is FCS, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, in my brain, I always is like, oh, it's just like a low-level school, so it's just like it clicks as FCS. But no, Dampier comes over with his offensive coordinator, and right away we've seen some improvements in that Utah offense. But they haven't faced anybody really. I mean, I'm sorry, dude, love the hell out of you, man. I want everything to be
everybody knows.
The UCLA team is not good, and that was not much of a test. So Utah really hasn't faced anybody. So I kind of think the under would be my best look if I was going to make a play. I would also now lean to Texas Tech, but I'm just going to watch this game, man. Like, I'm just going to set back. I'm just going to set this on the recordings. When I'm in my hibernation mode, I'm just going to sit back, watch, and enjoy a good college football game without any kind of sweat or investment, because I just want to see the game and I just want to enjoy college football without having to have a bet.
I wish I could say that I would do the same thing, but I might not have a bet on this game, but I damn sure have a bet on other games that kick off at 11 a.m. or 12 Eastern. So I won't be not sweating. But Guns, anything on this one?
I pretty much Moose. I think Moose and I talked about this live, so like our takes are going to be very similar. The under is the play on this one. I think 57.5 is too low when you have a Texas Tech team that has averaged 58 points per game scoring versus a Utah team that has averaged 46 points per game. Now, this is not going to happen with these two defenses. And you're playing in the altitude. I think it's a very tough spot for Texas Tech. Of course, Baron Morton historically hasn't played well on the road. So you may see some regression, especially when you see the big numbers that are getting put up by these offenses, over 500 yards total offenses average from both of these teams. And the defense is very solid, holding opponents to 230 or less in the yardage on that one. So that, like, from a side perspective, this is why I'm staying away from it, because we have two big matchups in the Big 12 today that are going to test. We have Arizona State playing Baylor, and we have Utah playing Texas Tech, and we're going to see who these teams really are today. I don't think it's imperative to go bet aside on this one, but we can take advantage of this low total, which is a low total for these two teams at 57.5. I as Moose was talking, I made the bet. I'm going to take the under on this one, Texas Tech, Utah.
There we go. So we do get you guys did get something official there. By the end of the show, I might grab my phone and I might put a unit on Texas Tech. And if I do, I will tell you guys.
There's no wrong side of that bet, Utah or Texas Tech. There's no wrong side, in my opinion.
And that's why I haven't done it yet, because I don't like to bet something that feels like that. Now, this one, guys, right here, I have a bet in this that I fucking love. It's a plus money prop. If you tune into Betting with the Bag, you've already got it. But you got SMU coming here to take on TCU. And after last year, there is no love lost for this SMU TCU game. SMU ran up 66 points on TCU. And if you don't remember, Sonny Dykes had a absolute meltdown during that game. And Sonny Dykes is the ex-coach of SMU as well. So we keep putting it on. Somebody in the chat said, oh, yeah, but he took the job at TCU because he got a better job. Like, I get it. That doesn't mean he doesn't want to beat the last school that he coached at. That doesn't mean that he's not embarrassed by getting 66 points put on him by that school. They want this game, TCU here. Does that mean they cover a 6.5 or a 7-point spread? I don't know. What I think it does mean is I think Josh Hoover throws over 2.5 passing touchdowns. And at plus 125, I think that is a smash and grab spot. I've already put 2 units on it. The plus money is even more enticing for me on it because I think he could throw 4 in this game. Hell, I think he could throw 5. Even if TCU loses this football game, and let's say it's, 35-32 or something like that, I still think that he gets his over 2.5 passing touchdowns. So there's no need for me to take an over or take a side here. I'm only going to roll with Josh Hoover, and that's my bet here. What's y'all's thought? Moose or Guns, I'll let you take this one first.
It is the last game of this rivalry for the battle of the George Foreman grill. Iron skillet. I can't. That one. So this is going to be a very important game for both teams. I just think these guys are going to knock heads today. SMU's defense is kind of taking a step back, which is kind of keeping me off of this one. I think SMU might have been a favorite last. No, they were a dog last year. Absolutely crushed TCU. So TCU is going to be fired up for this one, and I really think that TCU is good.
Thank you.
I do. Even though they just beat UNC, I was like, they didn't just beat UNC. They do what you're supposed to do when you're a good team, is you dominate them from the line of scrimmage all the way through the entire game. And it's like, you got to use it. Even though they're playing especially a lot of these teams in non-conference, see how they perform. Do they play soft, or do they actually ball out and absolutely destroy a team? This is kind of the barometer that we have to look at some of these teams early. And TCU, I think, is one of those teams that we're going to see compete in the Big 12. But SMU in the ACC, I think they're going to take a step back. They made the college football playoff. I know they got the quarterback back. Their running back is the missing element for this SMU team, is why I won't back them until we see who the next guy is. If it falls on the quarterback's back, that is scary as hell, because the run game was so huge for SMU in Lashley. Is it Lashley? Yeah, Lashley's team. So I lean TCU, but I'm not going to play this one.
If I was you, if I was going to bet it personally, I'd go with obviously, like I said, but so, and another thing with that prop, before I let Moose take this away, Hoover could have gone and played in the SEC. He could have gone to the Big Ten. He could have, hell, I think he would have, Dutch and I were talking about it. I think Hoover would have been a great fit at Notre Dame. Guns, that was one of the places.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And I do still love CJ Carr, and I think he's done very good to the offense. He's a young kid. But, yeah, I don't know, like it's tough because like having a lot of these transfer portal quarterbacks kind of like ruins your recruiting if you're trying to get that real good quarterback, and having CJ Carr in that position, I probably would disagree with a lot of people of bringing in another transfer quarterback. You're not developing. It just shows that you don't develop quarterbacks, and you're gonna like ruin recruiting.
Right. Well, so I guess all I'm getting at with that point though is that he didn't go anywhere. He chose to stay at TCU. He chose to stay at a program where they sucked last year. Let's be honest. His offensive line didn't give him a pocket. They didn't protect him. They couldn't run the football. Their defense was terrible. They improved on all of that. Their defense is a little better. They are still not a great running football team, but they don't got to be. They got to be able to run the ball just a little bit so that Hoover has a pocket. Their offensive line just has to give him just a little bit of time so that Hoover has a pocket. They're now doing that, which is why you see Hoover. He has the second best percentage throwing the balls outside the numbers. We've always known he could throw it over the middle, but now that he's got a pocket, he's able to hit the out route, the outside the numbers. Second best numbers in all of college football. I think TCU is very good. I think TCU is live to win the Big 12. And this prop I love for this game.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I thought what they did against UNC was a little bit impressive, in my opinion. Just absolutely stomping Bill Belichick and his team with Gio Lopez as a quarterback for them. But I think we can get value on them early until the books catch up to them, and then we have to like take a little bit of a step back. But just buy TCU now. Buy it while you still can.
You bet it, Moose?
I did not. I got really close to trying to figure out a way to do what you did with a Hoover passing yards or passing touchdowns in the money line. But they have his passing yards. If I remember correctly, it was at 318 or 300 and something. So I was like, all right, well, I'm not doing that. And then the passing touchdowns is kind of like, passing touchdowns, rushing touchdowns are, I say this and I have one, are a little bit more fluky to me. So if I'm betting it, I want to get some really good plus money. So anything in the plus 100s, like the plus 110, plus 120, anything under that range is that's just kind of out of commission for me. If I'm getting above that, hey, I might be able to sign up. But the market here is absolutely pushing you towards TCU. The line functionality going off of last year, the closing line going into the game was Texas Christian was favored by 2 at SMU. So if you kind of flip it, you'd be like, all right, well, that should be around 8.5. That should be around a 9 this year, but it's set at a 4.5 to start, which I kind of thought was a big hint towards SMU. But then you had a significant amount of bets and money coming in on TCU. So you had, let me get the numbers here. You had 64% of the bets, but 90% of the cash on TCU, which drove the line from a 4.5 all the way up to a 7. But now recently it's been holding at the 7. It did not cross the 7. So it stayed there. And now it has crept back down to the 6.5, which kind of makes me think maybe SMU is too many points. But dude, the motivation factor here is off the charts. If Dykes,
what you just said, the motivation. That's why I like Hoover's
for
problem.
both teams. Like I said, the rivalry's done after this game. So they don't have it like marked on the schedule next year. I know it's not a premier rivalry. It's still a rivalry.
The other motivation for SMU is you can't afford, if you're trying to do conference championships and playoffs, another loss here, having 2 losses in your first 4 games.
Yeah, SMU can't lose a football game.
Yeah, going into conference play with still Clemson on deck and Miami on deck, Louisville on deck. You got some really tough games on the schedule. Losing here to TCU is going to hurt. It is going to sting. Whereas TCU has the motivation of last year, avenging Sonny Dykes and trying to run up the score. I was also thinking team total here, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's too high, bro.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if that's even worth.
I think SMU crushed TCU last year, right?
I mean,
66 points. They had 5 turnovers and 3 defensive touchdowns in that game.
So TCU has the advantage. So
the line focus on it was last year the line closed at 59, and what's it sitting at 64 and a half? Like that's a pretty good indicator that they're expecting points here. So if I was going to play a bet here, I would try to figure out a way to do TCU team total plus money line. Same game parlay. That would be the bet I would try to put in, but I'm not going to make it. I don't feel overly confident in the team total as much as I should to play the same game parlay.
Like it.
Did you mute yourself, Cab?
He did. He muted himself.
And unmuted himself?
Yeah.
There he is.
Now?
Yeah, you got you.
I muted it, but it wasn't the same kind of mute. I bumped it. We got a bunch of action, guys, that we got to keep moving through. But before we do, you know how we do it here. We bring you guys best bets, and I'm going to give the guy the screen. I'm going to give him the full picture here. Getting back to where he wants to be on the season, and I know he's excited about this weekend, ready to bring you guys some bangers along with the 2-unit parlay. Our dude, Kong's Clips. Let's fucking go. There we go.
Oh, muted, bud.
Happy motherfucking Saturday. Hope everybody woke up ready to make some money today. I need everybody to hit the like button and go get your pen and paper because I'm coming with a lot of action today. It's an uncomfortable amount of action today, but it's where my research led me. So I'm gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna go to where you guys were just at, TCU. I laid the 6.5. Been there all week. Love it. I think TCU puts up a gang of points today. So I am on TCU minus 6.5, minus 110. I'm on the TCU team total over. I bet it 34.5. I think they score 4 touchdowns. I think they score 5 touchdowns. I think they can score 6 or 7 touchdowns. Josh Hoover might be the most underrated quarterback in the country. And this could be his coming out party. Give me the TCU team total over 34.5 with the juice of minus 122. I also tailed Cab on the 3+ touchdowns. Again, when TCU is scoring touchdowns, Josh Hoover is throwing them. I think he's got upside for 4 touchdowns. I almost bet 4 touchdowns at plus 350-ish. Didn't get there yet. I still might get there. But I do have a gang of action. So TCU minus 6.5, TCU team total over, and Josh Hoover 3+ touchdowns. Games are a little out of order here, but I'm going to start from the top. Miami, first half, minus 4.5, playing Florida. This Florida team has come into the season, and they look rough, man. Quarterback play is not that good. This is an in-state rivalry. But I've had to eat my words on Miami. Before the season started, I said I don't believe in Carson Beck. To this point, I still don't believe in Carson Beck. But they have a way better team around him than I thought they had. So this is kind of like he had at Georgia, a really good team around him. I'm on the Miami first half minus 4.5 and minus 108. And I moved on the full game. Miami minus 7.5, minus 110. I don't see how Florida puts up many points on this Miami defense. And I can see Carson Beck putting up 21, 28 points. And I think if they go over that 21-point mark, they cover. So that's where I'm at in Miami, Florida. Maybe one of the biggest games of the week, Texas Tech playing Utah at Utah. All week I've heard everybody talk about Utah. Playing at Utah is it is one of the harder places to play in college football. I can agree with that. This Texas Tech team spent a lot of money on this team they have, and I I think this is Texas Tech's coming out party. I think everybody sees this week why the money was spent on the team. And I think Texas Tech comes away with the win outright. So give me Texas Tech plus 3.5. You're getting the field goal plus the hook. Tweeted this out earlier in the week, minus 102. I mean, Texas Tech's the play. And I do think they win this game outright. Tennessee got smoked last week. Well, they didn't get smoked. They lost late to Georgia. I think Tennessee comes out with their hair on fire. And I think after losing the game last week, they're going to torch this UAB team. Could be a shutout. I looked at the shutout number because the Tennessee defense is great. But I'm just going to lay the points here. Tennessee minus 38.5, minus 110. I think Tennessee gets you 50, 56-ish points. And I don't think UAB keeps up. So I'm laying the big number with Tennessee coming off a loss. Florida State playing nobody, playing Kent State. I thought this number was short. I thought this number should have been 46, 47. We're only laying 43.5 with Florida State, minus 110. Give me the Seminoles. Again, they're going to come out. They're going to put up big numbers. That's what they've been doing. That's what they're going to do again this week. Laying the big number with Florida State, minus 110. James Madison. This team, I've said it. I'm not going to bet on a team that don't know who their starting quarterback is. But, big but here, this situation playing Liberty. I'm going to be on JMU with the two quarterbacks that they rotate in and out between downs. I do have something here. Let me find this. JMU. I have it written down somewhere. All right. So Liberty has given up 5 runs of 30-plus yards this season. It's the most in the country. JMU's looking to run the ball. I'm laying the 8.5 with JMU. Minus 110. I'm also laying the first half with JMU, minus 4.5, minus 108. Again, I think they run the ball. I think they dominate this game. Give me JMU, double up, first half, full game. Syracuse, plus 17.5. The number moved again this morning. It was 16.5 yesterday, moved to 17.5 today. That's all I needed to see. You're getting too many points here, playing a Clemson team that's on their heels. And quite frankly, playing like shit. Yes, Clemson has a chance to blow Syracuse out, but Syracuse has quietly been playing really well with peanut butter and jelly at quarterback. I'm taking the points with Syracuse here. I think they keep it inside the number. Yes, I think Clemson wins the game, but 17.5 points for a team that's struggled all season long. Give me the Syracuse Orange. Virginia. This team has really surprised me this season. And this, I think, will be the third time I've bet Virginia. They're playing Stanford. Stanford's got to travel literally the width of the country all the way over to Virginia. I think it's just a bad spot for Stanford. So I am going to be laying the first half points with Virginia, 9.5. This team's putting up crazy numbers. They're the 18th highest scoring offense in the country. Syracuse way down at like 120 or so. I think I said Syracuse. That's Stanford. Virginia first half minus 9.5. I think it's good money. I might lay that first or that full game number too. Just pay attention to my Twitter account at Kong's Clips is where you find the action. Michigan playing Nebraska. A lot of people believing in Nebraska at home. I just think that Michigan having the better quarterback. They got really good play last week. out of Bryce Underwood. I know they're missing their coach. I think this team comes out inspired with Biff Koji at coaching position. And I think Michigan beats Nebraska at Nebraska. So I'm laying the 1.5 minus 105. Oklahoma playing Auburn. I know Cab's on Auburn, and we're going head to head. It is what it is. We'll never always have the same cards. That's what you get here at Pub Sports Radio. You get people's honest opinions on their outlook of the game.
I'm on Cobb, the rushing prop, not necessarily Auburn.
Okay, got you. I know you were leaning that way. I didn't know if you actually bet it. Cool beans. So, yeah, man, I'm on Oklahoma. And I've got some stats here. John Mateer, out of 28 dropbacks that he's had a PFF grade of 90.3 against the rush. Second highest pass grade in the country against pressure. He's made 3 big-time throws with 0 turnover-worthy plays. Out of 91 quarterbacks to face at least 20 dropbacks of pressure, John Mateer has the 8th highest quarterback rating of 108.2. Jackson Arnold, on the other side of the ball, has had 19 dropbacks with pressure with a PFF passing grade of 27 with 0 big-time throws, 2 turnover-worthy plays, and a quarterback rating of 56.8. I think you're getting a better quarterback, laying under a touchdown. The narrative all week has been that Jackson Arnold's coming back to Oklahoma and that he's going to get his win. I'm fading the narrative. I think that Oklahoma shuts Jackson Arnold down again. Coaching staff knows what Jackson Arnold brings to the table, and I think they plan against that. And I think Oklahoma wins by more than a touchdown. USC playing Michigan State. Late night game, 11 o'clock Eastern. Michigan State traveling across the country, going to Southern California, playing at the Coliseum. Last week, USC faced some adversity at Purdue. There was a 3-hour delay, something you just don't see typically in college football. Come close to covering the number last week, but they did not. I believe without the lightning delay, USC stayed in stride, and I believe they covered that game. It is what it is. You deal with the elements. You deal with Mother Nature as she comes along. USC laying 11.5 points in the first half. I think USC puts up 3, maybe 4 touchdowns in the first half. This Michigan State defense is terrible. Mm-hmm. And I think USC feels slighted. They're ranked 25th in the country. You got Notre Dame in the top 20 with 2 losses. I know if it was me and I was undefeated, putting up the most points in the country every given Saturday, and they ranked me at 25th in the country behind some people that have lost all of their games, I would come into that game feeling slighted. I think they run it up. Give me USC first half minus 11.5. And again, I might lay the full game. I'm not there yet. Got all day to think about it. A lot of action. Uncomfortable amount of action, but it is what it is.
You want to up here with you now?
No, I got 2 more. Plus money prop of the week. Going back to the well, Jaden Mayava, 3+ passing touchdowns. Didn't get this done last week. Back at home, I believe we get it done. Plus 142. And then the 2-unit parlay of the week. I've yet to get one of these through the hoop. A little frustrating, but I'm going to keep plugging away at it, bro. This is where I have had success all of my years of capping. 2-unit parlay of the week. TCU, first half, money line. Florida State minus 40.5 points. Miami -6.5 points, and Virginia -9.5 points. Get you plus 448 on the 2-unit parlay of the week. Love you guys. Appreciate you for having me. Show your support by hitting the like button. Love you. Kong, let's go get this money, and I'm out.
Let's fucking go, baby. Shout out to our guy Kongs. Man, as like he said, I agree with most everything that he put up there. I guess maybe the one thing that I didn't agree with was the fact that the narrative is that Auburn's going to win. I mean, I've heard nothing but Oklahoma glaze and how good this defense is. Oklahoma hasn't fucking played anybody. Now, I'm not saying that I think Baylor's a good offense. Baylor's defense is terrible. So Auburn has kind of played somebody, but I digress. We'll get into that game. Don't worry, guys, man. Shout out to everybody out there in the chat. Shout out to our guy Kongs for bringing you guys all that action, man. 2 cents, Doug Wise. We're going to get back to these games and back to these best bets, but take just a second real quick. I know you guys are already subscribed, so thank you for that. Go share this video for us. I want to hit that 250 because I want to send you guys some money in the chat today. I want to give back. So we hit 250. I'm going to give some money away, but let's get back to these games now. If you guys don't have a best bet in it, like in this one, I do not have a bet in it. You can just let it slide or give your 2 cents, unintended 2 cents, real quick, and then we'll keep it moving. Michigan, Nebraska. Give me a free play in this game. And I know this is going to make Big Show mad and a lot of people mad. Probably going to take Nebraska. You give me a free play. I just don't think Michigan's – I mean, Oklahoma is a tough game. I get it. But Michigan's not that great of a football team, and I think that they're overrated because of the name Michigan. That's my personal opinion. I'm going to not bet this game, so I'm not going to go any further into it so I don't piss people off, but probably would go Nebraska. Moose, what you got here?
All right. So Sharon Moore on the road last year. 1-3, straight up.
Oh, 1-4. 1-4.
1-4.
You gotta count Oklahoma. You gotta count.
No,
Oklahoma.
well, last year.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, and then this year has already gone on the road and lost at Oklahoma in a game that was kind of close at times, but kind of not really. So does Moore know how to win on the road? Counterpoint. He did go to the that place that is like the horseshoe place that's kind of a rival of Michigan. I forget. He went to Ohio State and won outright. So that was the one victory that we saw. So let's flip over to Nebraska. Okay, so Michigan's not very good on the road. How about Nebraska? All right, so Nebraska against top 25 teams under Matt Rule has yet to win a game against a top 25 team at Nebraska. And you go, okay, well, that was just at Nebraska. He's also been at Temple, and he had some really good teams over there. So how about career-wise? He is 2-22 against top 25 teams. So where do you go here? I agree Nebraska is a better team this year, but Raiola has not proven himself as a passer. He is not. And as much as you want to throw out the Mahomes comparisons and the Stafford Godfather, and he was created in a quarterback lab, stop it. No, none of that is true. He is just the quarterback of the Huskers. That is as far as the glazing needs to go. The issue for Nebraska was against Cincinnati. Evan Pryor was running all over them. And you are now going to Michigan, which has a better run game. Even though Underwood has not really been utilized as a runner yet, Jamal Haynes is a better runner. Maybe he's a better runner. Evan Pryor and Jamal Haynes are very good runners. So if they're comparative and you gave up a ton of yards against Cincy and were bailed out by some offensive penalties, I have a hard time seeing Nebraska, really stopping Michigan. I would lean under, but all this being said about Nebraska not being able to stop the run and potentially having a better offense just led me off of this game. But I did want to point out the whole narrative of Michigan on the road has been poor and Nebraska against top 25 teams has been horrific. So which bad are you going to put your money on? I decided to not put my money on any of the bad. I'm just going to watch this game. I'm going to enjoy it. And hopefully I can see a good football game, because if I'm turning it off at the first half, things are not going well. So I'm staying off, but I'm hoping for a good game.
What you got, Moose? Or Guns?
It's funny because I guess today Moose and I are going to have similar takes. But shout out to Kong's Clips, because I love his segment every single time because it allows me to take 2 pisses and get a cup of coffee. Like he caps the game. Not like I'm not like shitting on him or anything like that, but like he caps the game very well. And like when I come back and I hear his takes, I'm like shaking my head. I'm like, he's right. And like he just runs the show and he absolutely dominates. And you should just like follow him. But I digress. Let's go into this game. A similar take is like, can we like? There's a lot of barometer games in this one. I said it with the Big 12, and I said it with this game in particular. Nebraska, we've seen this story before. We see everybody's high on Nebraska. Dylan Raiola, Matt Rule, year 3, and then all of a sudden, like you get the 4th leg of this Nebraska team. They have a big game. It's always the Big 10 opener, and what happened? They have diarrhea and they shit down their leg. Every single time. It happened last year in a very, very similar spot. Everybody high on Nebraska. It's the 4th game of the season. They get to play the Big Ten opener. And who did they play? Illinois. They were a 9.5-point favorite in that game. And guess what? Went to overtime, and Illinois won that game outright. Now we know who Illinois is. They're a good team. And then you have a road favorite of Michigan, who is 1-4 in their last 5 games. And why is Nebraska a dog? They should be a favorite here. They're not, and they're not. And that tells me everything I need to know about this game. I lean Michigan, but am I going to bet this game? Hell no, because I need to see who Nebraska is. Because Matt Rule year 3 is a thing. Is it really that year? And then I need to see who Michigan is. I haven't, because I think Michigan got dominated on the road against in Norman versus Oklahoma. I don't know who these teams are, but I will watch it in a lot of these good matchups today. We're going to see who these teams truly are. And then, by the way, we're going to be capping and betting these teams heavy, regardless of like what the outcomes are. So I'm staying away.
Shout out to our guy Kong, man, dropping the membership. We got over 150 people on YouTube rocking with us. Between YouTube and X, we're up to like 330 right now. So thank you guys. Hit that retweet button. And if you're on X, go over to YouTube, type in Pub Sports Radio, and join us in the chat on YouTube. And thank you for the membership, Kong. If you got that membership, all we ask is that if you enjoy the content, renew it. We don't sell you shit here, but if you can afford to support the channel, that's why we're here, because it's only one guy that runs this channel. So your support means the world. So thank you guys in the chat, and let's keep this shit moving. Let's go, baby. Let's go to the big one. Should we
go? There we go. Let's talk.
I'd like to get a bet out there. I would like to get a bet. So yeah, can we do this game?
I thought you guys usually bet every game. I thought
dude, I'm on the edge of my seat. Let's talk this game.
Okay, man. And I got to give a shout out real quick. I want to make sure I say it right. In this content thing we do, guys, there's so many people out there creating content that we don't, connect with or talk to. I don't know where it came from, but my phone suggested a podcast last night, Water Cooler Talk Sports. And I just want to say shout out to you guys, man. That shit was awesome. You guys were on point with your information and stuff. I reached out to them, told them I'd love to collab with them. We started talking, but they do Auburn content. So that's most of their stuff is talking Auburn. So they were talking Auburn, Oklahoma, and just absolutely on point with this. So shout out to you guys over there. Now back to this football game. You could say that Oklahoma, honestly, and this is, I'm non-biased, guys. I don't like Auburn or Oklahoma. There is no love for either of these fucking football teams for me. Oklahoma's fan base is awful, okay? I did not realize that until this week on X. You guys are absolutely atrocious, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. Like, my feed has been nothing but OU people just talking shit all week. You guys are wild, and I didn't realize it. I didn't know that's what Texas is putting up with you guys. But I'll digress here. So Auburn, all right.
Are you learning that college football fans are psychotic?
No, Oklahoma fans are wild guns.
No, every single fan base in college football is stupid, and I say that I'm one of them. I'm a stupid Notre Dame fan. So like we get so emotional about our teams that we're willing to do things that are outside of our psychosis for them. So, like, yeah, he's like, oh, you realize that Auburn fans are crazy? You realize that Sooner fans are crazy? duh. We all are crazy.
Well, it's like, Auburn's been little bro. They've been Alabama's little bro. Let's be honest. You guys are little bro.
They don't. Oh yeah, mute guns. Yeah, big
What?
He told me to mute me. Yeah, he's right.
I missed it. My bad. They're Alabama's little bro, right? So Auburn's used to it. Coming into this game, the real test that Auburn had so far was the Baylor game, in my opinion. I thought their offense, putting up 45 points would be great if it wasn't for the fact that Baylor's defense is terrible. I mean, we saw it against SMU. Dave Aranda, I don't know what he's doing because he's supposed to be some genius defensive-minded guy, and I just don't see it whatsoever. But the offense for Baylor, great. And Auburn was able to hold them to 24 points. This is going to be a good Auburn defense. I know Cobb has been getting about 15 carries per game here. And I think he's probably going to get another 15, maybe even, closer to 20 carries in this game for Auburn. So I took his rushing prop, guys. I got it at 43.5 yards. I know how good Oklahoma's defense is, but they have not been tested yet. This Auburn offensive line is not going to lay over and just get pushed over. We're talking about 2.5 yards per carry is what I need if he gets the ball 15, 16, 17 times, and it only goes down every carry he gets. I think Cobb's rushing prop is a beautiful thing. I think it's too low. I've been wanting to take a couple other things here in this game, but I'm going to stay away from the side. Oklahoma started at 4.5, 3.5? Where did this open at? You guys know?
I can check.
I think it was 3.5. I'll just go with 3.5. Might have been 4.5.
I'm seeing 6. I'm seeing 6 as the opener. I don't know if
it opened 3.5. Correct. It opened 3.5.
Okay.
But that was like, you have to understand that like some of these games are considered quote unquote game of the years. It's like so the books open the games up at like July. So some of the opening lines are from like early, like 2 months before the game happens. And now the original like weekly money opening line probably was -6 on
-5. So on Sunday it was -5.
So I heard the glazing on Mateer, and I'm gonna call him Mater just so you guys know. I don't give a fuck. I know his name. I just told you I know it, but it's Mater. So, anyways,
Mater.
This dude. I get it. I heard the glazing from Kong. I've heard it from everybody all week. He's the greatest fucking thing to ever walk the earth to play college football. I hear it all week. I hear you guys. He's only got 5 touchdowns to 3 interceptions this year, and Oklahoma hasn't fucking played anybody. Okay. So, and I didn't, let me be honest. I haven't seen the interceptions. So maybe it fucking hit somebody directly in the hands and bounced up in the air and somebody grabbed it. But still, 3 interceptions to 5 touchdowns. That's not the greatest ratio here. And you got Arnold on the other side, hasn't thrown any picks, albeit Auburn has not thrown the ball down the field yet. They have not been taking those deep ball shots. And they got to do it. If Hugh Freeze doesn't dial up some deep balls here against Oklahoma, this shit's going to get ugly because the safeties are going to have their ears pinned back. The linebackers are going to know it's a run. They're going to fill the gaps perfectly. What Auburn's going to have to do is throw the ball down the field here. I think they do it enough. And I think this rushing prop is fucking way too low, man. 43.5 yards is a wild fucking number, in my opinion, for somebody who's averaging 104 yards per game and is going to get the ball 15, 16, 17 times. So that's where I'm at in this game. Can't wait to hear you guys' thoughts. Guns, take it away.
Yeah, this is going to be an electric game in Norman, but like I'm kind of trusting this Oklahoma team, even though Auburn does have the revenge in this one. They kind of lost that game. The yardage on that one was kind of alarming because Auburn did control that game. That was with Thorne though, and now you have your former quarterback going against you in Jackson Arnold. Very different story. And what I have concerns with, and we're going to see it here today, is the Auburn defense. Last year, Auburn's defense did carry them in a lot of these cases. I think they kept a lot of their opponents under 20, 21 points per game. And what concerned me is we saw week 1 Baylor put up 483 yards of total offense against them, including 419 in the passing game, and John Mateer could pass the ball. I mean, even though Oklahoma could run the ball, if the team gives that much up in the pass, they're going to pass the ball in this one. And what concerns me is the success of the Auburn offense is going to be run by Jackson Arnold, and Jackson Arnold loves to use his legs and run. If you watch that Baylor game, he ran the ball a lot that led them to that win. If they're not able to run the ball, and I know with you look at Oklahoma's defense, it's just absolutely stout, regardless of the big run they gave away to Haynes against Michigan. throw that out the window because that's an outlier. They dominated that game and contained Bryce Underwood. And I think that the same thing is going to happen with Jackson Arnold. So if I'm going to play this one, I'm only going to play the Oklahoma side. I probably would do like the line maybe a little bit too high. Of course, they were a 1.5 point road dogs last year, won the game outright. Not a revenge spot, but the line is higher for a reason at -6, 6.5. I would say money line Oklahoma and then parlay it with something else. Do a 2-teamer, then you can get less juice on the number. But Oklahoma money line and a parlay I'd like.
You're
muted.
Yeah, you're muted,
sorry,
but I'm going to go ahead.
All I said was Moose. Go,
right,
Moose.
Gotcha. Yeah, I figured it. I mean, I just trying to be polite. I don't want to cut off the main guy.
Moose.
So last year, Guns just alluded to it that in at Auburn, Oklahoma was a 1.5 point dog, and now they are looking at a 6.5 point favorite, and with a lot of turnover because it was not Jackson Arnold against Auburn last year. It was Michael Hawkins, another freshman that went in, and yet the line functionality is somewhat on par with what we saw last year. They haven't really changed too much, even though these are two completely different teams. So in terms of a side, the issue that I had with trying to get on Oklahoma is when I was looking at some of the props from Mateer, because I was like, oh, dude, like the pass coverage for Auburn is horrific. And Mateer has been throwing the ball well. But I look at it, and Mateer this year in the 3 games has thrown for 392 yards, 270 yards, and 282 yards. But the passing prop was set at 255.5. That's alarming. That is telling you that the glaze on Mateer has gotten too much, and that there is going to very likely be a bounce back to reality. I'm not exactly sure this is the pass defense to really try to promote that, because Auburn has not graded well and they have not performed well in the secondary. Week 1, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one here. Week 1 against FCS. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad. Against Baylor, they allowed 483 yards. Against Ball State, they played well, but it's Ball State. And then against South Alabama, they did not play great. So they allowed 170 yards on a 65.3 grade. I don't want to do Mateer. Excuse me. I don't want to do Mateer, but one of the things that I really started to lock in on was the secondary for Auburn does return some talent, and they have some legit cornerbacks. Jay Crawford was an SEC all-freshman last year, and they brought in some guys from Georgia Tech, from Miami, Ohio. There are some talent, but safety is a concern, and pass coverage and linebacker is a concern. Against Baylor, we saw the Baylor tight end Triggs go for 90 yards and a tutty. And what does Oklahoma have? Oklahoma has their own dynamic tight end, Jaron Kennick, who this year has gone for 5 catches, 90 yards, 5 catches, 69 yards, 4 catches, 86 yards, has yet to catch a touchdown. I think this is a game where Mateer is going to have to break contain because Auburn has a legit front 7. They're going to force him to go on the run. I don't think he has the arm strength to be able to go all the way downfield. I think there's a soft spot in the defense that Kennick is going to absolutely dominate. So I'm looking at Kennick today for an anytime touchdown, which I got at plus 210. And I'm also taking his receiving yards over 54.5. And I got that at minus 114. So a little quarter unit on the receiving yards, a little sprinkle on the anytime touchdown for Kennick. So that's where I ended up on this game. Couldn't get to a side, but I think this is one of the best player props that I have come up with in a while, just based off the angle that I think I have found a nice sweet spot in that Auburn defense.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm glad that this wrapped up with a couple bets, because if you and Guns glaze this fucking Oklahoma team anymore without any money on them, I was going to lose it. You guys are just like, I'm not going to.
I'll say this about Oklahoma, like just for the record, once they get into SEC play, it's going to get a little bit tough. There's a lot of teams that have they have the pound of flesh. Like Auburn has the pound of flesh. I think Alabama has that pound of flesh element on this one. But the problem is the line is not correlating to that. So maybe Oklahoma is better than I thought they were. We let them off the hook. All
right. Well, we got the tight end for Oklahoma. receiving yards, anytime touchdown. Kincaid. What was his name? Kincaid?
Jaron Canick.
I was fucking close. And then I got Jeremiah Cobb over 43.5 rushing yards. So we got 3 bets for you guys in this game, opposite sides, but they're both props.
I actually thought that when he said Kinnick, I thought he was talking about Iowa because he's wearing the Iowa hat right now, and Kinnick is the spot.
Nope. I need to rep
Good
my
shit
leg.
with Iowa last night, Moose. Good shit to all you guys, man. And shout out to D-Mac, everybody in the chat. We are going to the next game. D-Mac, we got you. This is another big game lined up, and I don't have them all quite in order here. Listen, I'm going to let you guys take this one. I'll just say this. I kind of wanted to take Indiana here. I mean, fuck. Okay, there we go. Let me let you take it then, Guns. How about you take this one away?
Are we really going to fade my guy, the GOAT of all GOATs, Kurt Signetti? He wins. Google him. He said it himself. He wins. Google him. And he's proven that. And you thought that last year was a fluke? Nah. Like, Rourke is gone. He puts in Mendoza, and the offense flourishes. They have Hemby in the backfield. Roman Hemby is an absolutely electric running back, and they actually got good transfers for the wide receivers. This Indiana team is legit. Don't sleep on them. They haven't played anybody. I know it's the first big test of the year, but what did they do to their competition? Plus 44-point differential, plus 371 net yard average. This is what you're supposed to do when you're a good team. Now, Illinois is 3-0, and everybody likes Luke Altmaier. Everybody likes Belima, and I understand. However, you look at that, and everybody goes back to that win at Duke. They won 45-19 on the road, but guess what? Duke turned the ball over 5 times. That led to 21 points. Indiana does not turn over the ball like Duke and Mensa does. Also, Indiana 9-2 ATS is a home favorite dating back to last year. 4-1 straight up and 5-0 ATS in their last 5 meetings against Illinois. Yes, these teams are very different since the last meeting, but when you have a lower ranked team as a huge favorite against a team that is in the top 10, you need to take note. This is Indiana all day long. Give me the Hoosiers. Shout out Signetti, my guy for 5 years. I love that dude. Moneymaker, back to boy.
Muted again, bud. Still muted.
I love it.
I wish I could tell what you just did there because I can't hear you.
Everybody in the entire
There
world
you go.
this means. You can read the lift. It says, shut the fuck up, Moose.
All right, everybody's on Illinois. That's fine. Go ahead.
Well, hold on, because I know Moose is going to be on Indiana too. And I had to take a second because we talk about how we're all crazy fans about, our teams. Saturated, man. It's good to see you in the chat, my dude. Much love, man. I've been missing you talking about Illinois. Been looking for you on a few of these Illinois games, man, asking for your opinion. So it's good to see you in there, Saturated, man. Hope everything's well. And shout out to everybody else in the chat too, man. Londo, Joey. I got Joey's best bet uploaded. We got more best bets coming from people, but Moose, I know you got action in this one. Take it away.
Signetti is a first half monster. He has covered first halves all the way back to his time at JMU. Last year, the only loss he had first half was against Ohio State, and he almost covered that. Like, if you remember that game against Ohio State, they were inside the 10-yard line, and they just couldn't get it into the end zone. They had to take a field goal, so they did not cover. But Illinois last year was 2-1 first half, and we already saw Bielema against Duke. Bielema going against Duke this year, and the first half was close. I think they covered 14-13 if I remember correctly against Duke. And Bielema on the road is Bielema on the road is 500 straight up. He is 10-10 at Illinois straight up. But as an away dog, he is 12-4. So I get the love on Illinois. But I mean, everything Guns just said, my point is going to be Signetti has this ability to game plan and strategize and script a start to the game that just seems to be flawless. And if there are some concerns with how Bielema kind of gets on the road straight up, kind of gets his team going, I do kind of like Illinois full game on a cover, especially if you're getting 7 points here, which it crawled all the way up from 4. But the market is screaming Indiana. And I'll pull up the money here as I'm kind of talking. But
While you're pulling it up, I'll give you a second. When you finish this, we got a couple people that are going to join us here. I'm excited. I'll wait till you finish, though.
All right, yeah. So I'm pulling up the money here, and you're looking at 84% of the bets, 73% of the cash coming in on Illinois, and all the line has done is move towards Indiana. So you're having reverse line movement on this. It is the market telling you it's an Indiana spot. I think that we are seeing a similar team to Illinois. Altmaier has been fantastic, but Indiana at home as under Signetti has been unbelievable. I believe, and I'm actually 100% certain, they did not lose at home last year, and their games, they started off hot. I see the same thing happening here. I love Signetti in the first half. You're giving me a bettable number. I got the 3. I paid a little bit of juice on it, but I got the 3 at -120, and then I also took Indiana first half full game. I would not want to lay the points with Indiana. I'd much rather just say, hey, if I win my first half bet, all I need is I just need money line to win. So I like that much better than the full game, just laying the points. So give me first half Indiana -3 at -120, and give me a game prop of Indiana first half full game, double result for -117, which I threw a quarter unit on.
All right. We got the Indiana love. I'm going to be kind of quick with these two intros. Man, I don't got to intro this guy. He's here with us every week, man. Our dude's here to start it. But the next guy I'm going to intro, he's going to bring you guys some best bets really quick, and then we'll get back to these games. Wine Time's here to join us, man, on staff.
Oh, yo.
Oh, shit, dude. What's up?
What up, boys? Good to see you guys. I wasn't planning on coming to the show today, but we here, guys, because we got plays to give out, and I'm up already. Wife is still
You're
sleeping.
dedicated as hell, man. Especially everything that happened, dude.
You can bring on our next guy, though. I'll be here for the end of the show.
Let me real quick. Yeah, I could see him back there. So I'm going to give him the screen, give him the stage. And we're going to go back and forth. But, you guys see him every Monday with me. He co-hosts the sesh with me. One of my good friends. I know we go back and forth, give each other a lot of shit. But I'm not kidding you. I talk with this guy every day about football. He's one of my favorite people to cap with. Knowledge and a lot to share. So I said, dude, can you bring us some bets? He said, do you really need them? I said, yeah, the people really fucking need them. So he brought you guys some best bets. My dude, Dutch Boy Fresh. What up?
How we doing, fellas?
Let's
Good,
go.
good. I'm gonna give you the screen here.
Always walk up ready to go.
He's always
Always on the grind, baby. You know. Hey,
Hell yeah.
and the reason why I came on this motherfucker is because Wine Time wasn't gonna be here. I'm glad you're okay, Wine Time. I got the pity party this morning. You were in a car crash. Can I please? What the hell? And then, hey, Cab, that was a very nice intro. I do respect that. Thank you, my friend. But I'm glad to see Wine Time. Great show last night, too. Wasn't able to tune in too much, but liked and retweeted it. Great shit, my God. Great shit. Pretty solid game, too, for Iowa and Rutgers. Pretty solid.
It was a fun live stream for sure. Appreciate
that.
that.
Yeah. It was fun. It was good.
I think we swept that game, too, pretty much.
Yeah, Guns, I definitely heard you a little bit when I was tuned in.
Oh, dude, I thought, my mouth was spracking last night.
Bang, baby, bang.
Oh, dude,
Of course, Dutch would be the one to bring it up.
You get one cocktail and guy.
Hey, we don't shy away from it, man. We don't shy away. Hey, but let's get to it, man. College football's been a beautiful thing for me. It really has, on this dogs. It's dogs. South Florida did take it on the chin last week. That's okay, though. We fire right again. So today, lines moved a little bit against me. I made everything official early, but we'll make things official for the show, Cap. So right away, Auburn, Oklahoma. I think Jackson Arnold's just going to have a fucking outstanding game. They completely shit on him. I've been watching the fucking SEC network all week. The Oklahoma fans, the Paul Feinerbaum, they're literally just shitting on this kid, saying that he throws the ball backwards better than forward. So I just think, and the O-line was beat to shit. The fucking wide receivers were beat to shit. Honestly think he's going to come in there and play outstanding fucking football. This number is, I feel the same way kind of last week, Cap, about A&M and Notre Dame. I feel like this should be closer to like a field goal instead of fucking 7. I got the 7. I think 6.5's out there. If you can get the 7. Either way, I think anything more than a field goal is fucking good money. Also, Jackson Arnold over 42.5 rushing yards. Had 137 rushing yards against Baylor. I know it's Baylor, but still, this is the leading rushing quarterback in the SEC. Did have 50 against South Alabama last week. Didn't run it all in game 2. I expect him easily to get us 80 yards tonight on the ground. Jackson Arnold will be very, very impressive in Oklahoma today. Give me the points and give me Jackson Arnold over 42.5 rushing yards.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, look, there was a lot of Oklahoma glaze before you got here, so I love hearing the Auburn. Look, I like Auburn. I almost took Auburn as well, but I'm on Cobb's rushing prop. Guys, and I might bet Auburn's team total over 19.5. I hear how good Oklahoma's defense is. I know, but man, I gotta think that Arnold and Auburn's going to find the end zone at least 3 times in this game. That's
It's going to be a close football game. This is going to resemble a little bit of last night's football game, and maybe not as many points as we've seen in Notre Dame A&M. But I believe this will be the best game on the board today to watch.
Gilly Capper said, "Let's see a set, Dutch."
I'm trying to, but I can't fucking read because I actually do real sets here. So I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm thinking about, I'm doing back and chest. I'm doing back and chest, but this chest is I'm not going to be able to even think if I do a set of chest right now.
What's a real set though? Like what's the difference between a real
Moose,
set?
that's exactly the question I expect from look. You can look at Moose and just that's the question exactly what I thought. See, Gunn knows what a real set is. Moose was asked that question.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure if we're using inflatable weights or like what's going on in that gym you got.
A real set.
Moose, stop taking us off track.
No, you can't talk.
I'll do the hundreds right now for you, motherfuckers. Moose, you don't know what a real set is. Come on, man. Hey, it's called not bunny hopping that bitch, you know?
Yeah,
but let's get to it. Next game.
He said the hundos. He's doing chest today. I know this motherfucker's doing chest.
Absolutely. Back and chest. All right, next game we're going to Florida. We're going to the Florida Gators versus the Miami Hurricanes. We're on the Gators here. That's right. We're on the ugly dog. It's too fucking easy. Go right to Miami. Everybody's teasing it. Everybody's taking it money line. We're going with the fucking funkly ass Napier Gators. That's right. These boys can play some fucking defense. I watched them play against South Florida. Watch them play against LSU. That defense is fucking for real. I don't know about this Lagway dude, but if he could just not turn over the fucking football and make somewhat of a decent decision, I think they're in this football game. I took the 7.5. The number I like even more is the first half under 25.5. I looked at it right before it came in. It's down to 24.5. I still do endorse it. I think this is an ugly, fucking grinded out fucking SEC football game, and it's gonna be fucking 10, maybe 10-7 at half. I love this under first half. We could go into over. You know, college football, kind of stay away from full game unders. I do like that 50.5, but the first half under is a beautiful thing. I think Miami defense is for real. I watched them play the entire four quarters against South Florida. And okay, it's South Florida, but the way these boys tackle on defense, it's not like we've seen last year. They're a fucking night and day from last year on defense. I think Florida contains back a little bit, makes it a fucking football game. Florida has to win this game or Napier's going home. At the end of the day, I don't know if they win, but it's a very, very competitive football game. Give me the 7.5 and under 24.5 first half.
Let's go.
Still muted. God damn it, Dan.
No, I don't need to hear it. My mic is messing up. Rocking with the Florida Gators and Billy Napier, man. We haven't got to that one yet. We will, and we got another best bet from our guy Joey backstage. But I like.
All right, I'm good. I'm good. I got to get this set in. I wanted to talk about SMU and shit, but I think Wine Time smashed that one, so we're good. Looking at the dog and the points in that one, but those plays I gave you, I love them. I love Auburn. I love Arnold, and I think the Gators in the under. It's good money, man. It's good money. So I appreciate the time. Cab, I'll see you Monday. All y'all motherfuckers, run up the lights, man. Run up the lights.
I'm sorry. Like that. I mean, the plug, a.k.a. Dutch boy, looking lean, dude. Even in that fucking sweatshirt, he's hiding the rip, man. Dude,
yeah, you know, that's the secret. We get that pump, and then we take this bitch off, and you love what you see. You got to get it in first a little bit, though. We got to get a sweat going, and then it's all motherfucking pump, baby.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Do what our guy Axon Jackson did, man. He said, I appreciate you, Dutchie. Everybody show Dutch some love, man. He didn't think he was needed here on this show, but I loved getting those 2 quick breakdowns. So thanks, Dutch.
Well,
I'll see you Monday,
personally, it fucks up my workout, but I do enjoy the vibe. I do enjoy seeing guns. My guy Wine Time Moose. I can deal with Moose. No, my friend. Hopefully you're teaching those little kids how to do a proper set, my friend.
Dude, we just got done with the fitness unit too. We just got done with one.
Working those lunges if you're working those lats today, brother. I was like, we need like dumbbell lats.
Hey, we don't need the gym. We don't need the gym without hitting the core and cardio. You lazy motherfuckers.
It's all core. Everything starts with the core. Everything comes after that.
We want to go downstairs. We don't go down there. We go down to the cardio room. That's where we go. Hey, but I love y'all, man. Y'all stay fresh. And let's hit them over the motherfucking head.
Let's go.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shout out to our guy Dutch, man, bringing the energy.
Yeah, let's talk gym shit, man. Let's be gym bros.
Let's
go.
Bro, the core. Everything starts with the core.
We got up over 180 live on YouTube in here, man. So shout out to you guys. Up over 460 between X and YouTube. If you are on X, jump over to YouTube. Join us in the chat on YouTube, man. We like to highlight y'all's bets. But thank you, everybody that is in here. Hit the subscribe button and share the video, man. Let's see if we can hit that 250. I will give away 50 bones. If we get there, I'll pick one of you guys and I'll send it to y'all. For the rest of the show, we've still got best bets from Gorky. I've got a quick best bet video from our guy Joey. So instead of
Hey, Cab, I hate to interrupt you really quick, just because Matty Ice did drop the taint play of the day. Western Michigan plus 14 taint play of the day. Apologies.
Hell yeah. No apologies needed ever. I was going to say, I'm going to go through to games that we have bets on. I think you guys have action in this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I personally don't. And since we've got so much to go, guys, I'm not going to go into stuff. I don't think we need to talk too much if we don't have a bet. If we have action, let's hear it. So Tulane taking on Ole Miss, or who was it that called it Ole Miss? That was in your show last night, right? One time.
What was it? I don't remember. A lot of drinks were consumed.
Shit, I'm trying to remember too. Somebody called it, maybe it was somebody else's show. Somebody called it Ole Miss instead of Ole Miss, and I was just that shit was funny. I don't know why, just funny as fuck. But Ole Miss with an E here, taking on Tulane at home. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. Old Cab wants to jump out there and grab Ole Miss first half, because it seems like something they should cover and could cover. But I haven't pulled the trigger. Moose, I see you clapping. Tell me why that's a good bet. I might join you.
No, I appreciated the old Cab is going to take Ole Miss. I thought that was clever.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, do you have action in this one?
I don't. I just have stats to throw out. Just two.
I'll let you throw those stats out, and then we'll hear Wine Time's action.
All right. Ole Miss has just dominated non-conference under Lane Kiffin. I'll pull up the stat here. Under Lane Kiffin, Ole Miss is since 2020, Ole Miss 16-5 ATS versus non-conference opponents. Tulane has yet to cover in their last 7 meetings against an SEC opponent. This is a weird sandwich spot, though, because on deck for Ole Miss is LSU. So look ahead spot in this one. So I could only be on Ole Miss here.
Wine Time, where's your action? Oh shit, I think you are on the other side here. So tell me why I'm making the right choice by staying off.
Oh, I mean, listen, guys, you look at Tulane. This team has a one-way ticket to the playoffs if they can at least compete in this game and then go compete over in the American. The American's actually kind of deeper this year. I actually think the American Conference might be better than the Mountain West. I think that's probably the best G5 conference out there right now. And Tulane, what do? They've been spending some money this last offseason. They bring in Jake Retzlaff kind of late. They had like a 3-quarterback duo competition in the summer. Jake Retzlaff obviously took over towards the end. I thought he was going to struggle in the beginning, but this kid hasn't missed a beat. And they played Northwestern week 1. Don't get me wrong. Northwestern's, it's still a Big Ten program. It's nothing to write home about. Ole Miss, a much better program. But listen, guys, Ole Miss, this isn't the same team that Lane Kiffin typically has had over the years. I think they've got a little pedestrian at the quarterback position in Simmons. I'm not a big fan of him. I don't know why Lane didn't go out and grab like a 4th-year guy that has experience. Maybe because this kid's been in the system. He knows the system. It's been a little bit banged up at times. We've seen that. But I'm just not a big fan of him. And this defensive line has gotten a lot smaller from last year on the Ole Miss side of the football. But listen, Lane Kiffin, this is kind of a must win for him. I don't think they cover the spread though. I got in on Tulane plus 12.5 minus 110. It's kind of been going everywhere. Went down to a 10.5 at one point, went back to a 12.5. Things at 11.5 now. I still endorse it, double digits. I just think Tulane can stay in this game. They've got enough talent to stay in this game. So give me Tulane plus 12.5 minus 110.
Man, I can't disagree with you in the chat, Chase J. I love the breakdown, Wine Time. I'm definitely going to stay off that first half here. Moose, who the fuck are you talking to in the chat? Oh, WT, you put it. Okay, my bad. I thought you were just putting born and raised in San Diego. I was like, why are you telling people your past, Moose? While you're at it, you want to throw your social security number in there too?
And driver's license. Yeah, get ready. I'm waiting for my identity to be stolen. Good luck with my debt. Have fun.
Oh shit! I didn't. My bad, Guns. I didn't see you sitting back there.
No, this is like wine time last night while I'm sitting there for a half an hour, and wine time's just enjoying Razor like live, and I'm doing this. I'm texting him. I'm like, I'm back, asshole. Like, add me in.
It's funny though, Guns, because on StreamYard you were like on the next level down, so I couldn't see it. And then when I saw your comment, I was like, holy shit! I was like, there's Guns.
I'm like, I'm in the public chat. I'm like, I'm texting you.
Hey, just hit the 200 mark on YouTube, man. Shout out to you guys. We might get to that giveaway today. But did you have any action on this one, Guns, before we keep it rolling? Because we got
no. Like, I mean, overall, I do want to back Tulane in a lot of cases, but I think Ole Miss, knowing that Lane Kiffin knows what the spread is and will do everything in his power to cover a spread, you could get burned on that one. So, yeah, it's just a complete pass for me.
Yeah, he is one of the coaches that you actually like.
He knows the total and he knows the side every time. And I know consciously he's been doing this since he was at FAU, by the way. And he's been talking about the spread every single time. So, yeah, it's tough.
This one here, am I getting an echo? Let me know in the chat, guys, if you're getting a bit of an echo so we can adjust the sound. Anybody else picking it up?
Nope.
No?
Did a little bit. I don't think it's coming from me.
Bit. Okay, it's just throwing me off a little bit.
It just sounds like your room just has like noise around it, like you're in a hallway or something.
Echo. No, anyways, Arizona State here, traveling to Waco to take on these Baylor Bears. I don't mean to simplify this cap, but you guys have heard me say how I feel about Baylor over and over again. I think their offense is genuinely elite. I really do think Baylor's offense is a very good, well-oiled machine. I think that they could put up points on anybody that they played. I also think that Baylor's defense is dog shit. That's I mean, not to simplify everything, but they're not good. They are not a good defense. They can't stop, a wet fart, if we're being completely honest. These guys are like fucking, they're toilet paper. They get run straight through. So I took the over in this football game because I think Arizona State's going to score a lot of points, and I think Baylor's going to score a lot of points. I know that is simple, and I know it's probably the public bet. If you follow me, I got in at 59.5, so I was a point better. But I do still endorse the 60.5, but over for me here in this one. Want to hear you guys' thoughts. Moose, take it.
You bet it after me. I'll say that. All right. You bet it after I bet it. That was one of my first bets that I took. Arizona State, Baylor over 59.5. That was one of the first ones that jumped off the board to me. Arizona State does not play the same defensive level that they do at home as they do on the road. Last year, I mean, yeah, they did better as the season went on, but just to start the year, at Texas State, they gave up 28 points. At Texas Tech, they gave up 30 points. At Cincinnati, they gave up 24. Against a really poor Oklahoma State team, they gave up 21. They ended the year well, but they were going over on the road almost every single game. And I looked up the ATS trends. Arizona State in conference on the road went over every one of the games. And Baylor at home conference games went over in every one of their games. And the total is at the right mark. If it was a 52 or a 53, I'm not touching this. But since it was at the 59.5, since it was it was getting close to the 60s and is now crossed the 60s. Yeah, I love the over here. I was thinking Arizona State team total over as well. But just, dude, I think both teams score. Arizona State's defense is, they're good, but Baylor's offense is good enough to beat a good Arizona State defense. So sign me up for the over all day, every day on this. I would take it all the way up to 62.5. Above that, I'm starting to get into the numbers where it's like, all right, are we really going to see 66, 67? I kind of think there's going to be 100 points scored in this game. I do. But if you're betting the number, if you're trying to get to a certain spot, I think 62.5 would be the limit as where I would go for my full unit bets. And then from there on, I would start kind of managing my unit size a little bit more, but over.
Yeah, I like it. I know where you guys are coming from with this total. I was close to moving on the over as well. I moved on something sidewise in this game. I moved on Arizona State. I got a +3 at -115 on Sunday night, 2.5 at most places right now. I think Arizona State can win this game outright. This is one of the bigger games of the day, guys, if you ask me, because, I mean, outside that Texas Tech and Utah for the Big 12, I mean, these are probably the 4 best teams in the Big 12. I've got a little bias on Kansas, but they're not a top 4 team. But Baylor, ASU, Texas Tech, Utah, those are like the 4 teams right now, and they're all playing. And this is a big game for both programs because you lose this game, mean, Baylor has that out of conference loss, but Baylor's been rocking and rolling on offense. It's been hard to stop. And Arizona State, their defense hasn't looked that great either. But listen, Kenny Dillingham, I think he got a little bit over his head this last offseason. I think he got a little bit too cocky and he doesn't even seem too confident out there. And he knows he's kind of getting out coached out there at times. I think he's going to put it together here in conference play. This isn't the most hostile environment in all of football in Chico, Texas. Don't get me wrong. This place is going to be rocking and rolling, but this isn't going to be a crazy environment by any means. I think Arizona State can win this game outright. You're giving me 3 points in the back pocket with Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson and Kenny Dillingham. I'm going to take that because I think they're the better team in this. Don't get me wrong. Going to this season, I thought Baylor was a sleeper in the Big 12, and they still are. They can lose this game and probably potentially win out and still get to that Big 12 title game. We'll see. There's still a lot of football left to be played, but these are 2 good programs, and I think Arizona State is going to be a little bit more motivated here going on the road. So give me Arizona State +3. I'm trusting the head coach pretty much in this one. Don't get me wrong. I love David Aranda. I love everything he's doing over there. He's built a really good culture with the resources that he has because he doesn't have many. He doesn't have a lot of NIL money over there at Baylor compared to the other Texas schools. So shout out to him, but I'm on Arizona State in this spot, guys.
He's supposed to be better at running defense, so I'll say that. Guns, action in this one or no?
I would say this. I'm not going to be betting this game. Like I said, I was like, this is barometer territory when we're looking at some of these Big 12 matchups, and of course, Texas Tech and Utah. But I think we can take advantage of the total. Like I said, with Texas Tech and Utah, I think we're looking at an under. I think this one's going to be high scoring on the sheer fact that Baylor can't stop the run, and if Arizona State's going to have success today, they're going to run the football. You look at their statistics in their first 3 games; they put up over 200 plus rushing yards in their first 3 games. And of course, if you look at the Baylor and Auburn game as a good barometer, they gave up 307 rushing yards to Auburn. So be careful if you're looking at an under on this one. Like it could go back and forth. Sawyer Robinson is an absolute beast. I think he's got to have a seat at the Heisman. I'm hoping he's a finalist for the Heisman because I think he has that. I think a lot of these Big 12 quarterbacks we're going to see. We're talking about Baron Morton. We're talking about Devin Dale.
They have the best quarterbacks in the Power 4 conference.
The quarterbacks are in the Big 12 this year, 100%. And I think they're going to put up some very big numbers this year. And don't sleep on the quarterback for Arizona State, too. This guy brought him to a college football playoff. I know Cam Scatabo was a catalyst for that. Yeah. But, I mean, Arizona State still is legit. Great coach. And I think we're going to see a little bit of back and forth on this one. So there is validity on the over at 60.5. I'd probably lean towards that one than taking a side.
I tell you what, I'm going to put one game that I know we need to talk about that we haven't talked about up, and then I'll let you guys just tell me what best bets. And like I said, our guy Gorky is going to come bring you best bets. And guys, I got a quick video I'm going to run, man. Shout out to our guy Joey T. There is no UFC today, so the Locker Room Podcast guys will not be active. But make sure you go check out everything they do on Pub Sports Radio, man. They're making great content. God damn it. They do a great show, get you guys ready for the UFC, and then they go live for it every week and live bet it with you guys. And Joey is one of those guys doing his part, kicking ass. So shout out to Joey, and thank you for bringing us a best bet here. Let's hear what our guy Joey's got.
Y'all, this is your boy Joe, DFS Betting here. I'm just going to go over my quick little...
I can't hear it. Can y'all hear it?
No, it's very. I can hear it, but it's very low.
I am not the one to fix audio issues.
He pulled a wine time on Medicate Monday, Cab.
What'd you say?
He pulled a wine time on Medicate Monday.
Yeah, we could hear you a little there, but yeah, I can't hear that. So sorry, Joey, we're not going to get to that. If you got the action, drop it in the chat. I don't know how to fix that. So if I did, I would. Florida man taking on Miami here. Look, I said this with Jimmy, or I think it was Pete. I'm not sure who it was I was breaking it down with. Florida is broken, right? We heard the chants after the game a couple weeks ago, fire Napier, right? The fans are saying it, and then the school comes out and says, oh, he's going to coach until the end of the season. We're not going to fire him midseason. And then last week, man, they lose to LSU, and Dutch said it. Defense played good for Florida. The defense did great. I got no problem with that. But after the football game is over, and this might not seem like a big thing to some people, but to me, it speaks volumes to what's going on in the atmosphere of that clubhouse, right, or that locker room. They're supposed to stand there in front of the band and listen to the school song, and they're supposed to stand there as a team with the coach, win or lose. They're supposed to be there, right? And they made a point to let us know and show us that like 80% of the players said, fuck that, I'm not standing here, and walked off into the locker room, right? the vibe is as bad as it could possibly be at Florida. And I think Miami on the flip side is look, Cam Ward, outstanding, but the football team around him was not. I think the football team around Carson Beck is a lot better than the football team that Miami had last year. And I think that Miami is a more complete team, whether you're talking about the defensive front or the receivers, or I guess the receivers were fine last year, but the line has gotten better. The offensive line is actually giving Carson Beck time to throw the ball. He's not having to do Superman stuff like Cam Ward was. So I think Miami's a very well-rounded, well-oiled machine. It would be impossible for me to bet Florida here, knowing what I know about the atmosphere that's going on in the clubhouse. You guys tell me something different here. We'll start with you, Guns. What you got?
And this was a tough game because, like, you look at Billy Napier. I think Billy. This is going to be a very, very big barometer game. It is technically a rivalry game between these two teams, in-state rivals. And if they're not able to perform in this game, I think Bill Napier gets fired. But what I need to see is, does the team support their head coach, or does the team, like, I want this guy out of here and I want to go to a different school, I want to transfer or whatever? I don't know that from Florida. From what I've seen so far, this Florida team is absolutely broken. And I knew that early in the season when I saw their schedule. They have like the top 5 toughest schedule in the country, and I felt bad for Bill Napier because what he's done to get his team up to the caliber of what they need to be in the SEC, he's getting crushed on the schedule element. But on the Miami side, am I going to trust Mario Cristobal for the long run? Absolutely not. I think the stock is going to be dropping on this Hurricane team eventually. And you've seen it in the line. The line went from like -9 to almost at a possession at 7. I don't know what to do with this game, and I want to watch to see if Florida has any life in them before I even jump on them. I want to lean Florida, but I'm not going to play this one.
You're muted, Cab. Yeah, for this game, I haven't. I'm echoing. Let me get out real quick.
Moose.
Yeah, it's up to you.
I'm your guy here. If you have interception props, this might be a game to put in some interception props.
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking.
So Carson Beck. I'm sorry. I got to do this the right way. Carson Picks. Scratch that. Carson Beck is coming off of a multiple interception game against USF. And before that, he was clean against Notre Dame. He was clean against FCS, who gives a shit. But now he's coming off of a 2 interception performance against a Florida team that he is very familiar with. And Lagway is coming off of a 5 interception performance. So if you have things where it's like over 1.5 interceptions, that would be the bet I would throw out there, because these defenses do have ball hawks in that secondary. That's where I would go. The market on this is absolutely suggesting this is a Florida spot. On Sunday, it was a -8.5. You had a -8.5 on Miami, and 28% of the bets, 38% of the cash has come in on Florida, yet the line has moved down to Florida.
Right.
I think Dutch kind of has the good idea here. If you're going to be talking about a game where the 2 defenses might be a little bit stronger than the 2 offenses, and we've talked about this before, that's where you see some of the unders. That's where you might want to be able to take the dog. And if you are getting 7.5 points, I would lean Florida here, but hell no, I'm not touching Florida, especially after what Cab just said. I didn't even know that, Cab. I wasn't even aware that they just basically said, fuck you to the pep band. We're out of here. Because that's kind of a respect thing. And if they're not respecting the integrity of the game, if they're not respecting their tradition, the football gods are going to find you. I might be way too superstitious about this kind of thing. Like,
no, you're not wrong.
But I believe in the gambling gods. I believe in baseball gods. I believe in football gods. I believe in sports gods. The sport god Nike from the Greek mythology. Thank you. I can only be on Florida here, but if I somehow was able to find an over 1.5 interceptions on the game, man, I would definitely hammer that. I couldn't find it, but if you were able to find that, that would be the bet that I would love to get on.
This is the sharpest take that Moose has ever had on any pick ever. It's like, don't touch this game, but hit the interception props.
Thank you.
And it really is.
Thank you for telling me I've sucked until that moment. I
No,
appreciate that.
that is not sarcasm, by the way. I was not being sarcastic.
I know, I got you. No, it's a great take, man. That's why I had to give myself a little clap on the back.
Dude, I was doing this the whole time. I'm like, he's right. He's right.
Wine time, you take this one? You get any action here?
I stayed off this game, guys. I think Florida just needs this game really badly, and I think that they probably could backdoor cover this game. I think Miami probably wins, but it's funny. The SEC matchups today don't really interest me, and this is one of them that I don't know why this is game day. It makes absolutely no sense. It should be in Salt Lake City or it should be in Oklahoma because this game does not deserve to be the game of the day.
The narrative of this game in my head is Florida loses the game by a missed field goal at the end.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
They're down like 2, and they're in position to kick a field goal, and that thing goes wide right, and then Bill Napier gets fired.
Yeah, if they lose this game by double digits,
I'm right on that one. That's kind of in my head. Watching the line drop as it's dropping off that key number of 7, it's alarming to me that people are betting Florida after what they've seen. But Miami, like I said, Miami to me is riding on that Notre Dame win. By the way, that Miami team collapsed in the second half against Notre Dame. Collapsed.
Shit.
What?
Hey, I was gonna say. Yeah, you said SEC. It's all good. I wasn't gonna correct you. We say things that are wrong all the time, and I'm only gonna correct Moose. Everybody else.
It's that 3 hours. It's that 3 hours of sleep last night, guys. Goddamn.
I slept 6.
I know, right?
What did you do?
I'm glad you joined us though here, man. Hey, guys, I want you guys to tell me.
We appreciate the fuck out of you one time. You're one of the best people, dude. Not to glaze you too much, but
when you
hear bad news, you always.
We're not doing that. We're not there to that point in the show yet, Moose. Stop.
Okay. What do you mean? It's always that point in the show. Show appreciation to people you appreciate.
Right now, we still got best bets, and I know you guys haven't given all of them that you want to give out.
Yeah, let's go.
So instead of me just jumping around graphic to graphic, I'm gonna say, hey, pick one. And I'm gonna let you guys go first. So, Guns, what's a game you want to give these guys some action in that you haven't yet?
This is the game. I hate to be hitting the top 25, of course. Like usually, I come on this show and I give out my best bet is the gun belt. We're not ready for the gun belt yet because we're not in conference play technically with the gun belt. But we're gonna be looking at Illinois and Indiana. This is a perfect spot here with Kurt Signetti. You have a lower seed going against a top 10 opponent, and you're a favorite of virtually a touchdown in this spot. That is alarming to me. And when you look at the numbers, Signetti has just done very well this season. They're 3-0 in the season. But Illinois, same type of position, but you have a barometer against a team in the P4 with Duke. And I tell people, like, Duke didn't really lose that game from a yardage perspective. They lost it because they couldn't stop turning over the ball in the second half. They actually had a lead of double digits in that game. So take that with a little bit of grain of salt. Indiana's going to thump this team. Give me Indiana as my best bet at -6.
Shout out to True Teller. He said, do you guys think all these are good money line parlay legs? True Teller's a little upset because we're not.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'll tell you this. I did it on my Instagram live today, and in my chat, put one together. I said Kansas, Indiana, Duke, Oklahoma, and Hawaii money line. Put that in a parlay. You get it 8-1.
Yeah, I have Kansas, UCF, and what else was it? Wisconsin, and it was like plus 120. Just not even a full unit. I just wanted to take a little money line parlay, but I like that one as well. Shout out to True Teller. Sorry we didn't address your comments.
Yeah, but dude, also don't expect people to just fucking jump right at it, man. We're trying real hard to. We're barely getting through what we need to get through, man. But we're glad you're here, and definitely you'll take a look. Moose, give me a graphic that I need to put up for a best bet we haven't gone over. We got Indiana.
How about Temple and Georgia Tech?
Okay, well, we probably don't have that one, so I'll make a banner for it.
Yeah.
But you
how about North Texas Army? Do we have that one?
Yeah, we do.
Literally, that was one of the first games I talked about. I was like, oh, I can't make a play on that, blah, blah, blah. So, but yeah, I kind of had this game.
Assumption's playing today. I can't remember who they're playing. Do we have that graphic?
Oh, I thought you said we do have a graphic for it.
No, we have it for North Texas and Army.
Yeah, I did put that one in there because I knew some of you guys were betting it. So I'll put the banner up for this one, though.
All right, well, for Georgia Tech, here's the thing that I've been fading Georgia Tech too much. I faded them again with Colorado, faded them with Clemson, and I mean, yeah, they both were losses, although they were close losses, but close losses don't mean anything. one of the things that I have been noticing about the Georgia Tech defense is that their secondary is definitely vulnerable. And I am shocked at how many of these teams are looking at the Georgia Tech defense and going, we should run the ball at them. It's like, why? What are you doing here? Like the secondary for Georgia Tech has not played well. Like they've graded poorly. They've graded under a 70 in each one of the games. They were expected to be poor going into the season, and they have played poorly so far. And Temple brought in a former Alabama quarterback that has looked really good. The name's escaping me. If you have it, throw it into the chat. I just tried to search in my Moose Dive, but I can't talk and search at the same time. But he has thrown the ball well. He has a legit arm. They have some solid receivers, not a crazy amount of receivers. But the way that they're going to attack this game, in my opinion, and I could absolutely be wrong, they may just be like every other team and be like, here you go, here's the ball. We're just going to try to run at this defensive line that is their strength on defense. I think this is the game where you will see some passing. I expect points, and the line has moved against me. The market is telling me that this is an under, but in my brainium, I just see points here. So I took the over 53 for my full unit bet. And as I was looking at the game more, I was like, yeah, and if my whole thing is that I think Temple is going to score points here, then why am I not just going to take the 24.5 and just kind of hope? So that's what I did. I took the Temple 24.5, a big game after Clemson. I could see, the defense kind of maybe not as productive coming off of a huge performance against Klubnik, but Klubnik was able to throw the ball. I think we see some passing here. I think the over is my best bet, but I think Temple is kind of in this game, not to the point that they're pushing for a win. But I did a, why the fuck not type of money line sprinkle on a plus 11-16. So if I somehow have one of the crazy upsets of the day, oh man, that puts me back on track in a big way. But my best bet here in the game is the over. I took over 53. You can get a better number now. And I did play the Temple plus 24.5 on a 3/4 bet. Take the over, maybe sprinkle the Temple line, maybe a smaller sprinkle, maybe one little just kernel on the money line, just to have a potential catastrophic upset in the weekend that we are about to endure.
Temple is going to be a bye team in the future. They're not there yet, but Casey Keeler going over there from Sam Houston State. That coach builds defenses, and watch Temple get to that Matt Rule years ago. I really like that the coaching hire that they did there. Like Temple is a bye team. I bought them last week stupidly against an Oklahoma team that I thought was going to have a sandwich spot, but Temple is going to be a bye team later in the season, I hope.
I'm trying to buy him a little bit now. I think it's a good spot against a team that is coming off of one of their best program wins and coming off of one of the weirdest ends in program history with the longest field goal ever converted in a situation where I'm sitting there watching the game like, hell yeah, Brent Key's fucking this up. I'm about to get overtime, about to cover this. And then all of a sudden the 55-yarders makes it. I was crushed by field goals last week.
Brent Key is just wins. I don't know how he does it, but I want to say Steve, he talked about the gun belt. Wait till we get into conference. We're not technically in a conference play for the gun belt to work. We have a lot of non-conference stuff happening, and especially like Southern Miss is a team that I'm going to be backing a lot, but they're playing a non-conference game versus La Tech, so I'm backing off.
Wine time. Did you have a best bet that you had not talked about or given out, or that we haven't?
I'm gonna give you guys my best bet right here, Cab. I'm sorry, I got to take that Georgia Tech.
I got your banner.
My bad. Yeah, guys, listen. Maryland, Malik Washington making his first ever career road start in a very hostile environment. Shout out to my guy Jerry Davis, said Waco is top 10, top 20 hostile environment. I mean, that doesn't even come close to Madison, Wisconsin. This place is going to be rocking and rolling out there. Malik Washington, 18 years old, the 4-star kid coming in. He's looked good. Maryland 3-0. Loxley was on the hot seat entering the season. They've been looking good out of conference play. They're playing their first Big Ten opponent, Wisconsin. I mean, Luke Fickell is on the hot seat. If he loses this game,
all quarterbacks are sitting on absolute bonfires right now.
It's disgusting. And this Wisconsin defense, we know they can. I mean, don't get me wrong. Alabama did do whatever they wanted at times, but Wisconsin did have a couple stops. Alabama had that kick return for a touchdown that kind of inflated the score a little bit. But Wisconsin had also a return touchdown that only reason why they got 14 points on the board. I don't trust this Wisconsin team to cover, but I trust their defense out there in the trenches against a team like Maryland. I don't think these guys are going to be able to hang in the trenches. And I think Malik Washington's going to enter Madison, Wisconsin today. And he's going to be like, wow, I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I am on the Maryland team total under 16.5. I got it a couple days ago. It's a 17 now. It's my 2-unit play, my only 2-unit play of the day today. Absolutely love it. I see no world where they even score double digits in this game. I think they maybe get halted at like 9 or 10 points. And Malik Washington has a bad game. I think he'll have a good future ahead of him after he probably transfers out of this program because he's got all the tangibles to be good. I like what I see from the eye test, but this is a Big Ten defense that is still pretty good, and Luke Fickell is on the hot seat. He has to win this game, so I think they're going to be able to shut down Maryland's offense. So give me Maryland team total under. Muted, Cap.
I'm gonna buy you a new mic. I really am. I'll buy you a Rodecaster too.
Like recently, this is like my 3rd or 4th mic. Like, I guess I just need to buy like a $200 mic.
No, just don't do the fucking mute. Just don't mute. Just don't shut your fucking mouth when people talk and you don't.
Bro, like if I like cough, like I want to mute, it's usually that because I usually.
Like that's the beauty of like having like a little soundboard. If you have to like cough or sneeze, you can just take the volume and just turn it down.
Gotcha. Maybe I need to get one of those too. I thought you were about to say so. Like whenever I got a fire,
do you want me to buy you one? Because I will. Because God damn it, I hate your mic so much.
If you're buying stuff, can you buy me some baseball cards? Just send them my way too. If you're buying us all things.
What the fuck?
Create a wish list. Create a wish list for guns and they'll buy
I
them
can't
for you.
say no to people. Stop. Don't. I can't say no to people.
Okay. Well, then I'll look forward to the new mic.
All right. Fuck you, man. Hey,
you guys in the chat were supposed to buy me a new mic or something like that one time. Remember when we started that whole thing? Then I bought it anyways. I don't know because you guys were talking so much shit. So I bought a new mic, and now this one fucking sucks too.
No, your mic when it's on sounds great, but you keep.
That's the attitude I need from everybody out there. Shout out to AM, bro. He knows what's up. He said he loves the mic. It has character. It adds flavor. It's a little bit of seasoning to the show. Okay. Speaking of seasoning to the show, any games that you guys in the chat want us to hit that we didn't. We still got any best bets left. Did you guys have any best bets you wanted to give out, or we can just recap them if we didn't hit them?
Yeah, I'll do a quick rapid fire of the morning games when I go.
Okay, let's go ahead and hit that recap then of our best bets. If you want to go,
I'll give out 3 because I gave out Indiana, but like I like Vanderbilt, Georgia State over. I did a blog on this one. I wrote it up. I was like, this is an over spot here for Vanderbilt. But mind you, as good as Vanderbilt is, don't have amnesia about what happened to this team last year against Georgia State. They lost on the road 36-32. And now you're seeing them as a heavy favorite. They were 9.5-point favorite on the road last year, but now they're like 28-point favorite this year. That just tells me that Diego Pavia doesn't forget the teams that he lost to, and he's going to go out there and not take his foot off the throat of this Georgia State Panthers team. I like the over because the total last year was 44.5. It's 53.5 now. So what does that tell you? Points. It's going to be an over on that one. So give me Georgia State, Vanderbilt over too as well with Indiana. Those are my 2.
Let's go. I'll do a quick little recap because I missed the morning games, guys. I'm on SMU TCU over 62 minus 110. You can't find that number available anywhere. I got that on Sunday night, tweeted it out. SMU +7 minus 110, 6.5 still on the board. I still like it. Utah -3 minus 120. I think they're the better team out there, and they're playing at home. If it was in Lubbock, I'd be on Texas Tech in this spot, but I am on Utah. We're on Tulane +12.5. We're on Purdue +27.5 minus 110. We got that number on Sunday. You can't find that number available anywhere. It's pretty much 24.5, 25.5. ASU +3, you can still find it. UCF -6. And then we gave out that team total under for Maryland. We're also on Miami, Ohio. Again, we didn't talk about. I took Miami, Ohio +0.5 in the first half of this game. And then we also took Kansas -7, -115 in the first half against West Virginia. A lot of action today from you guys.
I was going to say, we got you, Thomas. I see you. And if I miss, guys, just like I was saying earlier when Truth Teller was in the chat, if we miss like a question, drop it again. So I see you asking South Carolina. We do have a graphic for that. So I'll throw it up once we finish giving our best bet recap out real quick. And if there's any other questions, throw them because we want to get to what you guys want. That's what's most important is you guys in the chat. So thank you for being here again, man. We love you guys. Up over 200 on YouTube right now still. Almost 600 between YouTube and X. It's been a great show. Moose, best bets. Hit them with it.
All right, so going through it, I have Iowa. I'm sorry, I already got that one covered. That was a cash. Sorry, that was not intentional. I promise.
Yeah, give the people Iowa money line right now.
That was not intentional. I promise.
Oh yeah, dude. Big win.
I got Troy at Buffalo, 42.5. The market has moved against me. You can get a better number now. I think that's a big time running game. You're going to see both teams want to run the ball, and both teams have some pretty solid rush defenses. The question would be Troy on the road, because it is kind of a revamped defensive line, but I do think that the defensive line is still strong enough to hold a really good Buffalo rushing attack under. So I also have first half Illinois, Indiana. I got Indiana -3, Temple, Georgia Tech over 53. I also got Temple plus 24.5, -119. Then I also did a small kernel of a sprinkle on the Temple money line at plus 1,116. Also Arizona State at Baylor over 59.5. And I also have Michigan State at USC over 56. I believe you can get a better number now. That is a game where both teams use a very good pace of play. The Michigan State defense is buns, it's cheeks. The USC defense is pretty solid. The secondary is good, but Chiles, dude, he's just going to throw the ball up. I know it's not pronounced that, but I'm always going to call him Ailey Chiles. Just it sounds better. So Aiden Chiles, he's going to be hucking the ball. He just does that. He did it against BC. He will just throw the ball down because he has some of the best receivers in college football. So that's what he does. I also have Indiana first half full game double result as my dog is knocking the camera here. Also Jaron Kanik receiving yards over 54.5 and a Jaron Kanik anytime touchdown plus 210. I am still looking at Kansas first half. It just got under 7. I might be adding the Kansas first half 6.5 -120.
Let's go.
After you guys throw y'all's best bets out, it sounds like I basically don't even bet. But I just bet different. Okay, I don't have as many bets. It's just
but I saw your record. You posted it. You're on a fucking run. Just keep going.
Right. I just don't have as much action. But it's so. Josh Hoover over 2.5 passing touchdowns plus 124 is what I got. I absolutely love that bet. I got Jeremiah Cobb over 43.5 rushing yards. That's -114. He plays for Auburn. If you need to know a team, I've got the over 59.5 for Baylor, Arizona State. And guys, I'm doing it when we get off here. I'm pulling the trigger on the Auburn team total over 19.5. I think even if they lose and don't cover 28-21 type game, and that still goes under. I just think the 19.5 is a little bit disrespectful. I think Auburn at least gets the end zone 3 times. So that's it for me on the 4 best bets. Let's do what I said though. I got to be a man of my word. Let me put this Mormon BYU school up there taking on the Earl Sports Brothers. East Carolina. Did I get that all right? Did I say that was a mouthful of everything?
I haven't heard that. I haven't heard their names in a while, actually. Shout out to them.
Yeah,
it's only one now. Only one of them. One of them's now going pro. Like he's going to become a professional something or other. So we only have now one of the twins. The other one
for
is
that
now
update, Moose. A professional something or other. Good job.
For ECU. He's trying to work for ECU. So
for the radio or like for the fucking professional cornhole player. Like what are we talking about here?
He's trying. I don't know, man. If you're interested, you can talk to him. I'm just trying to shout out.
Fuck, bro. He's becoming a professional. Like, good. Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're a professional, by the way. I consider you a professional. Yes.
Yeah, I am. I'm very pro. I mean, I'm not sure if my students would agree with that, but
I meant like a professional capper and better. I consider.
Oh hell no, I just do this shit for fun.
All right, Mormons taking on Eastern Carolina here. I don't have a bet here. I can tell you guys, my pop sends me his action at the beginning of the week every week, and the motherfucker is hitting it like 65% right now on the year. He's on BYU. So I could tell you that, but again, I didn't bet it or look much into it. Wine time, anything?
I didn't look much into this game either. I'll pass off to my guy Moose. I'm sure Moose has something to say about this game right here.
See, professional.
I have to say about this. You want me to talk first?
Yeah,
I'm gonna like Moose has a legitimate cap. I'm just gonna make jokes, but like BYU, I can't imagine you buy like these Mormons gonna buy tickets to go to East Carolina, and then they're gonna walk into the depths of Sodom and Gomorrah and just fucking, I was like, this is what hell is. You have just a bunch of inebriated fucking East Carolina fans, like shouting derogatory epithets at these blonde-haired Brigham Young disciples. I mean, this is. I want to back ECU. I'm not high on BYU after they got rid of Metzlaff, or the quarterback that went to Tulane because he stuck the P in the B. This is a tough spot here for BYU. I lean towards the ECU side, but I would just want to make a few jokes before Moose to the legitimate.
I like putting P and V.
Yeah. The Mormons don't. But they soak. They like putting the P in, but you can't.
No thrusting. You're not allowed to thrust. Just
there you go.
Yeah,
and you have to have people watch you do it too. It's weird. It's very cuckish.
What the fuck? I never. Hold on. Literally, just unlayered a new level to this. You have to have somebody watch you.
No, it's like an unwritten rule that like you could have like somebody pushing the person.
Okay, stop. All right, that's enough.
It is. No, Mormons are wild. The wild fucks.
Moose.
No pun intended.
BYU.
And I believe most of the team in BYU has generally been Polynesian. I think. So I'm not sure how many white guys. All right. Anyway, all right. Sorry. All right. Let me get to the real stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So BYU is 7-1 straight up, 6-2 ATS against the AAC since 2020. Last year, we saw a similar type of travel spot where they were going across the country. If you guys remember the game against UCF, where the line was extremely funny, and we kind of were like, wait, what the hell? I thought this was a UCF spot, but it looks like the line is like flipping in a way that it makes you think that it might be a BYU spot. And BYU won outright 37-24. ECU, I mean, their rush defense has been very suspect. The first week against North Carolina State, they did not do all that great, graded out at a 68.4. They did well against FCS, who gives a shit, but then did not look great against Coastal Carolina. The thing that BYU is going to want to do is they're going to want to run the ball, and I am not overly confident that ECU has been able to figure out what they're supposed to do to stop the run. Sataki as an away dog or as an away favorite, I just had it and I just closed it. But as an away favorite for Sataki, he is not all that great, but as an away dog, he is much better. I have lost the page I was on, but I'll update it in the chat. But I would be ECU. I couldn't get there. It's a lean. If I was able to get a 7.5, I might be encouraged by that. But the line movement has told me that this is an ECU spot. That's the only way I could do it. Oh, here we go. Away favorite, Sataki, 10-13 ATS as an away dog. He is 17-9. So the only way I'd like to take BYU on the road is a dog. That is not a situation here. I can only be on ECU.
There we go. Chat, let us know if we missed something you guys want to
Pirate ship. Let's jump on the pirate ship.
Okay. So let me know. Let us know if you take it, if you make it official.
No.
If we missed something, let us know in the chat. We got 8 minutes till kickoff, and we try and end this a little bit sooner than where we are right now. My dude Gorky, and shout out to him. He's texted me and said multiple times, hey, I've already given my bets out this week. He does not like to come on and be rushed right at the end. So I just want to give it a shout out to you, Gorky. Much love, man. Make sure you follow Gorky, guys, on X. He will be here with us, and he's been backstage with us. He's been here all show, so he'll be here with us next week. I'll get this more organized in uniform. At some point in my life, it will happen. But I love doing this shit on Saturdays with you guys on screen and you guys in the chat. It's an absolute blast. If we miss something, you got like 5 seconds to drop it in there, because I'm going to let Guns plug his stuff, Moose, and Wine Time, and then we're going to take it home.
Yeah, okay, I'll start it off. I'm going to be on Sports Grid in 15 minutes. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Just support this show. That's all I'm going to say. But you can go follow me on Guns Picks and everything that I'm doing. I don't need to promote anything more than that. But I love hanging out with these boys right here, the sharpest guys on the planet. We did this last year, and we're bringing it back this year, and we're going to absolutely cash you tickets. So please support this tailgate show. Hit the like button, retweet, share, and grow this channel. I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Hell yeah. Much love, Guns. I love doing this with you, man. That's why I picked you guys, man. That's why y'all are up here with me. Moose. Tell them about the Moose Dive. Let me go get it so I can drop it in the chat.
Yeah, it's I just updated Miami. It's kind of funny. I was able to update Miami, Florida while Kong was doing his thing. I literally was able to do the entire update during his best bets. So I kind of thought that was a little funny. But maybe that's just in my own brain. You can find it on my Twitter. I did post it to the top. It has, I think, 11 games. I'm still finishing up, but it has it has 11 games. If you want to know what games are being looked at in the Moose Dive, I did post essentially the menu options for the Moose Dive. I am going through. I have Iowa, Rutgers, which is already done. SMU, TCU, Texas Tech, Utah, Arkansas, Memphis, Auburn, Oklahoma, Tulane, Ole Miss, Michigan, Nebraska, North Carolina State, Duke, South Carolina, Missouri, Florida, Miami, Illinois, Indiana, and ASU, Baylor. So if we didn't talk about it and you just heard it, it is covered in the Moose Dive. So go check that out. It's posted on the top of my Twitter.
Beautiful. And as I drop this in the chat, guys, it's hundreds of pages of information. You don't got to take his bets. It's flat knowledge, man. And he gives it to you guys for free. I promise you, there's not another place where you can get that much information just by clicking the link and going to it. So shout out to our guy Moose. I'm dropping it in the chat right there. Hopefully I dropped it correctly. If I didn't, I suck. Is that even clickable? Like, I don't fucking know.
You copy and paste, I guess, would be
That's what I
best.
did.
No, I'm saying if they see it, like they can just copy it and paste it into their address bar, and it can go on that way.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're welcome, everybody. Yeah, I would be doing this regardless. I am pulling back a little bit on the Moose Dive because it's getting way too much. It's getting a lot of work with all the games and stats that I'm updating. So you're going to see fewer games. If there is a game that you're like, Moose, I really, really want to know what's going on here. Can you give me the PFF grades for whatever game you might be talking about? Just let me know. I'll try to add it.
Yeah, I think for me, for blogs, I think I do 2, maybe 4. Yeah. Like that's my limit. But like I would say, like, hey, I put the back. It's like, you have any games that I should be talking about? DM me, and then you just give your opinions. It saves you a lot of work.
Yeah, right.
Facts.
Yeah. Take us home one time.
Yeah, guys, appreciate all the love in here, guys. If you guys are out there driving, make sure you got both eyes on the road. Some 16-year-old hit me and my wife last night. Luckily, my wife was all good. She was driving. Everything was fine. But you guys just keep your eyes on the road when you're out there driving. You never know what can happen. But shout out to you guys for putting on the show without me this morning. I'm glad I got to join you guys at some point. I woke up, only got like 2-3 hours of sleep, and I was like, heard you guys in my ear already. You know what I mean? When I'm waking up and I didn't even have you guys on my phone. So I wanted to come join you guys. Appreciate all the love. And today's going to be a big day, guys. I feel like today's going to be the biggest day of the year so far in college football. So I'm really looking forward to it. You guys find me all the time over here on Pub Sports Radio a couple times a week with Jimmy the Bag, my guy Daby Cab. And who knows, maybe Spoons and I will even do another walk-off wager show when playoff time comes for baseball. So shout out to you guys, and let's get paid today.
Hell yeah.
By the way, I just want to compliment like Wine Time. Like Wine Time to me is like the John Mateer of like college football. Like, you don't know who this guy is, but like you've seen this guy exponentially grow like year to year, and now this is prime time Wine Time.
I don't think you're unproven and overhyped, Wine Time. I disagree with that.
On every show, I like my feed every time I turn on X is like, oh Jesus Christ, another Wine Time video.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Hey, to our guy Talk Sports with JT, man, much love. Weedo, Sweet Lou, Old E, man. Kong's Clips came through earlier. AOD, Nasty Nate, man. Shout out to all you guys out there in AC, man. Obviously, I was wish I was with y'all. Saturated Thomas, thank you, man. Everybody share the video if you haven't yet. Leave a comment. We love you guys. Let's get fucking paid today.